Virgo, and welcome to Firestar Tarot. I am Empress Egypt, and this is your weekly reading. I was supposed to be uploading these videos yesterday, you guys, and I had to take a break. I had to do a little bit of traveling, so I am back and ready to go. Also, too, all of my kids are here, so the connection might be a little bit shitty, especially when you're live streaming, so I apologize now, okay? With that being said, Virgo, obviously I have already titled the video. I did get some downloads, so I just went ahead and shared it in the title, okay? Also, anything I do not go over in this intro, I will put in the description box for you guys, including all of the links to my social media platforms. You guys definitely follow me on Pinterest if you're down like for nails and hair, that kind of stuff. I have a lot of beauty over there, including all of my readings. Also to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links down below. Follow me, okay? Also to you guys, I still am having a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you guys want to be entered to win, all you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel, okay? So yeah, with that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this reading. Energy is very fluid, so just keep that in mind. So the story may be for you, it may not. If it is for you, let me know in the comments. Also to you guys, I do have my chats open, so you can chat with me in the box, all right? Let's see, 2 cards came out already. Let's get 3 more, and then we'll get into your reading. I think I've pretty much gone over everything, you guys. Again, if I forgot anything, I'll bring it up during the reading, or if not, in the description box. Oh yeah, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I will announce the winner on Instagram, so make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, okay? All right, so we're going to be tapping into the shadows, clearly, you guys. So trigger warning now, if you get offended with me calling it out like it is, then this channel might not be for you, okay? When we tap into the shadows, we actually look at the dark areas in our lives, the fears, the problems, the challenges, and we try to look at a situation from a higher perspective so that maybe we can heal or even just a little bit easier to deal with, okay? All right, so first up, you guys, we do have Portal. This is doors are opening, you decide, rewards, the wild card. Very beautiful. Also to you guys, I changed my setup up a little bit. So hey, it is what it is. That's actually another reason why I took off yesterday. I had to change it up. I get bored very, very often, so you guys will see my background change a lot. But this is a very beautiful card. You guys aren't going to be able to see the writing just because I'm so far away from the camera. But again, this is about doors opening up for you guys, okay? Honestly, Virgo, I feel like the world around you has felt like it's been crumbling down on top of you, and I want you to know that Spirit is very, very much so giving me messages that things are going to change for you. A lot of doors are going to open up, Virgo. We also have activated Earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Another beautiful card, okay? This card is really about the understanding of life. The understanding that basically your footsteps are a path for the people behind you. And sometimes we fail to understand that we touch people's lives that we have no idea that we touch. So ultimately, that's what this card is about. It's those ley lines. It's like the points on a timeline, the fine details, the fine print, that kind of thing. But also more importantly, understanding that you already have a timeline. There's already a plan established for you, and so you're just kind of following your path here. You're being led, okay? We also have I'm sorry. Now, normally a lot of people do kind of miss, and this card can be felt in different ways, but ultimately with this sorry, yes, this can be sorry from someone that maybe you haven't heard I'm sorry from, but more importantly, it's you telling yourself that you're sorry. Not necessarily sorry in a weak way, but just forgiving yourself for anything that you feel unachieved. Any failures you have, ultimately any regrets, any decisions that you've made that you feel uncomfortable with. This is that card of forgiving yourself, okay? And also forgiving the people around you. We also have Star Brothers, Horus energy, right? Protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. One of my favorite cards, Virgo. This is a protection that is around you. I feel like you are being followed by ancestors and spirit guides, and you have Horus protection, right? Also, too, you have the ability to trust very willingly. It's kind of just something that happens for you. So I do feel like a lot of people, or at least you feel like a lot of people have broken your trust, stabbed you in the back, betrayed you. So ultimately what this energy is saying is that just remember, no matter what, you do have protection, okay? So whether this protection comes from within you or around you, ultimately you are trustworthy and you are protected, okay? We also have the Cosmic Heart. Even more beautiful because I did title your video. Even though you're going through heartbreak, even though you feel like everything has just, again, tumbled down, Things have been swept from underneath your feet, feeling like hitting the rock bottom, right? Falling from that tower and hitting face first. Ultimately, this energy is just really this devotion and this potency of love within yourself, Virgo, okay? And again, facing the shadows, this is going to be a self reading, okay? So if your person's energy comes through in the reading, we're going to be looking at it from a perspective of your self worth, your value, and aspects that would be healing to you. So again, even though if your person's energy does come through in this reading, it's important to understand, regardless of the outcome with this person, we're still going to focus on you, okay? So I have already shuffled off of camera, you guys, as well as setting intent. So let's go ahead and tap into your read and find out what's going on, okay? Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Virgos, shadows, their problems, fears, challenges. Show me what I need to see, please. So again, I was getting a lot of downloads when I was messaging. Maybe you're going to be getting a message. I don't know. Ultimately, though, I was getting a lot of downloads and messages. It was just this feeling of, again, feeling like you had no one, feeling like everything just fell apart, everything that you wanted, you dreamed for, you hoped for. I just got a lot of, it wasn't really grief. It was more of frustration and things not working out, okay? And of course, sadness, grief, and all that stuff can play a part of it too. So I'm not saying that some of you guys aren't sad, but ultimately I was just getting this feeling of just frustration, right? Maybe not even anxiety, but just not even disappointment, and I guess you could say disappointment. Virgo, I don't think you have disappointment in yourself. I think you just have disappointment at the situations going on around your life, or the things that you may have dreamed of, thought of, again, not working out for you. So ultimately, that's the energy I was picking up on. But I was also, this is why I titled it the way I did too, because I feel like no matter what, you're still just, you're still looking for love, you're still seeking love, and you also still have this comfort of love within you, Virgo. So again, I felt that very strongly, okay? So first up, we do have the 10 of Inspiration coming in the upright. We also have the Devil card in the upright. And of course, remember all these cards that lay down, even in a positive light, we will be tapping into the shadows of them, because there are, if not illusions, there's just difficulties or boundaries within these positive aspects of your read, okay? We also have the 3 of Inspiration, very interesting. I call that card the domino effect. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, it's just the domino effect. And this could be why you feel the way you feel. What's ever going on in your life that has kind of created a domino effect, ultimately that's why you're feeling frustrated here, okay? You're feeling like, dang, nothing ever works out, no matter how hard you work for it. And so ultimately, again, it's not necessarily that you're in total grief. You're just kind of, it's like, it's over, or whatever the situation that's happening, especially with this 10 here. It's like something's ending, but at the same time, it's like, it's going to start over. You just haven't really fully gotten or received the light to know where it's going, right? So it's more of a disappointment, a letdown, a failure, but ultimately it's still this, everything just happened in a domino effect, Spirit, what else do we have? We're going for 10 cards, and we have 3 on the table, okay, you guys? This will be a long read because it is a shadow reading. Usually my shadow readings can last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And actually the Leo reading went into, I think, almost 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes. So it all depends on the energy of my Virgos, okay? And of course, Spirit. Ancestors, show me what I need to see, please. Ancestors among me, spirit guides, guardian angels, my soul tribe, my community. Show me what I need to see, please. I do feel like there's a lot of hesitation with you guys, Virgo. Maybe you feel like, you just don't know which way to go. You don't know where to go. Maybe you're feeling a little lost here, specifically when it comes to love, though, okay? So I don't feel like, Virgo, anything else, and maybe other things in your life might be not working out the way you want, but ultimately I feel like this issue, this reading is pertaining to love, okay? We have the 8 of Voices coming through in reverse, okay? 8 of Swords in reverse is basically this stagnation when it comes to your thoughts, making yourself trapped and restrained. Like, it's self-restraints here. It's the way you're thinking that is actually holding you back from love, okay? course, we're going to dive deep and we're going to clarify and find out everything here. But ultimately, that's what the Eight of Voices in reverse is. We also have the Page of Materials, okay, the Page of Pentacles coming through in the reverse. I feel like, there was never communication when it came to establishing something, whether this was a home, a family, sharing values, commitment with someone. But ultimately, I feel like there was no communication or no word of commitment or, anything like that. So I do feel like this has a lot to do with something. It may have to do with just you, ultimately, maybe the way you're thinking here, you don't know what your future looks like, or maybe you're not fully understanding what it is that you want long term. Or this could be, again, someone else's energy affecting you. We also have the Two of Voices in reverse. I'm sorry, Seven of Voices in reverse. No, the Two of Voices in reverse. I do feel like, honestly, there's lots of blockages here, Virgo. And of course, this is your shadow reading, so this is going to have to do with you. Clearly, there's lots of blockages here. We will tap into them and find out what's going on. Muse of Inspiration, the King of Wands, right? So I feel like, honestly, Virgo, there's still a lot of passion in here, okay? There's still a lot of passion within you. So again, it's not this energy of giving up. It's just an energy of frustration. King of Voices coming through, okay? I feel like, honestly, I'm sorry, King of Voices. Yeah, King of Swords, King of Voices. Sorry, Knight of Voices. I don't know where I'm at today, you guys. Knight of Voices energy, taking action when it comes to being clear about things, taking action when it comes to organizing your thoughts, having a better understanding of your thought process, and of course, how to get through this situation, how to end this situation, or even how to move forward, or how to communicate with this person. Ultimately, again, I feel this need, Virgo, to take action when it comes to communication, okay, and clarity. We also have the Nine of Voices, lots of voices here, Virgo, okay, lots of thoughts, okay. This is definitely going to be a reading that is pertaining to the way you're thinking here, okay. Again, Nine of Voices energy in reverse. Look, you're still in the ending of cycles here. So I don't see any, it's weird. It's like you kind of keep going back and forth, but ultimately, Virgo, you are ending a cycle out. As much as you don't realize it, it's happening, okay? Nine of Voices energy in reverse. I do feel like, again, things are ending, but you're trying, it's like you don't want them to end, okay? It's like you keep kind of taking a few steps back because you're not quite ready to end out this cycle, or possibly something that's happening in this reading when it comes to your thoughts is stopping you from ending out this cycle, okay? It's creating a blockage so you don't fully understand how to end it. Bottom of the deck, yep, we have the Eight of Emotions. I feel like, honestly, a lot of my Virgos are in a situation where you're afraid to walk away from whatever this energy is. It's like you're afraid to fully close that door, okay? Or ultimately, and remember, energy is so fluid here. So if this is obviously in regards to a particular person, again, their energy can be the same way, and this could be why you're feeling this way. So ultimately, it's kind of the same scenario. I do feel like somebody's walked away from you here, and you're having a hard time getting over this situation. Ultimately, though, I feel like even if this person has walked away from you, they're in the same energy, right? They're regretting walking away, or they're regretting not walking away from their situation, and vice versa. Same thing with you, Virgo, okay? So for those of you guys, if you're in a relationship, and this is the situation, it's going to be a little bit different, but this can be for being single or in a relationship, because I know plenty of people who are in relationships and are still attached to someone else, okay? So take it how it resonates, but ultimately this is your reading, okay, Virgo? So let's get into clarifying here and find out what's going on and dive deep. All right. So 10 of Inspirations, we're going to find out what's going on. With the 10 of Inspiration, clearly this is an ending of a cycle of lots of burdens in your life, Virgo. I feel like you went through a lot of struggles. I feel like you went through a lot of battles, a lot of wars, whether this was wars within yourself, wars with the people around you, family, friends, possible lovers. Ultimately, I just feel like you've been through it all, okay? And I feel like a lot of my Virgos are in this stage of, again, just tired of the frustration, tired of the letdown, tired of the deceit, the regret, all that crap. And again, it's this energy of ending it, okay? So very strong energy to start this reading off with. So let's go ahead and clarify and find out exactly what's going on with this 10 of Wands energy. Spirit, why is the 10 of Inspiration here? Show me what I need to see, please. Ten of Inspiration, Spirit, show me what I need to see, please. We have the Hangman coming through. Interesting. So I do feel like, honestly, Spirit has you just really kind of taking the moment, enjoying the moment, even though it's not really a joyful moment. Ultimately, I feel like Spirit's just kind of having you hang on for a minute. And it's beautiful because you're trusting in the process. You're trusting in the plan here, okay? So ultimately, because you have trusted in the divine process, divine timing, this is why this cycle is ending for you, okay? So this is an ending to this cycle. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful, Virgo. All right, what's going on with this devil? Actually, let's get a few more cards when it comes to the Ten of Wands. Spirit, just a few more cards when it comes to the Ten of Wands, please. We also have the Magician in reverse. So I do feel like, honestly, what put you into this Hangman energy was there was some form of deceit, Virgo, that had you really feeling down, had you feeling defeated. So ultimately, it was this this looking to divine, looking to God. Again, I really feel like because of this situation, because of someone lying to you, tricking you, this is why you're ending this cycle. You don't want to go through this deceit anymore, okay? And so when this person lied to you, or whoever this was that tricked you here, ultimately it leaves you going within and finding the answers within. Yep, we have the Death card. Change, transformation, okay? So it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful energy. I feel like, honestly, you've allowed people to walk all over you, Virgo. So ultimately this energy is you no longer allowing people to walk all over you, okay? The change, the transformation has taken place, again, because of all the trickery that was involved in your battles, in your struggles, okay? So let's go ahead and focus on this devil energy, because obviously, Virgo, there's some addictions that you are facing. So what's going on with the devil energy, Spirit? Number 6, right? What's going on with the devil energy? Spirit, show me why the devil energy is here. What addictions do my Virgos face? What codependency issues do my Virgos face? Show me what I need to see, please. Again, I just feel like, honestly, you may have become codependency on this person, not because I'm like, trying to call you out, but just because, honestly, anytime somebody has tricked you, has deceived you, has made you feel like they love you and then left you, or, maybe lied to you and then had someone else. Ultimately, anytime somebody does that to you, and then walks away, it's going to leave you like, what the hell? Yeah, 2 of Swords coming through in the upright, right? So I do feel like, honestly, your addictions had to do with, we're going to have to clarify a little bit more in detail, but there was something within you that was fighting. There was 2 things within you fighting, okay? I don't know what this is. Again, we're going to clarify. So ultimately, there was a war within your thoughts. There was a war within your head. And this became your addiction. Again, remember what I told you when I was laying these cards down with all the swords here, with all the voices. I felt like the number one thing was going to be the way you think, okay? So again, with the 2 of Swords energy, remember, there's going to be 2 things in the way you think that are posing, right? Your thoughts are battling each other here, okay? Spirit, why else is the Devil card here? Please elaborate the blockages within my Virgo's mind, please. What's going on with the addictions within my Virgo's thought process? Show me what I need to see, please. And it could be just because, again, with the Magician in reverse here, this person tricking you, I mean, this could have a lot to do with the way you were thinking. And you're too, maybe one of your thoughts was, well, maybe this person really loves me. Maybe they just don't know how to face their emotions. And then your other thoughts like, no, this person doesn't like me. What am I thinking? You get what I'm saying? Like there's 2 opposing, it's like there's 2 people in your head bickering, right? It's like the little commercials and the television shows that you see where there's like the devil on one side and the angel on the other. It's like these people are just like back and forth in your head, And so obviously this has to do with addiction, right? This is an addiction, okay? Again, addiction doesn't have to be physical substance, It can be the way you're thinking, so it has to do with manifestation of things that you've worked really hard for, and it feels like when you were working hard, whether this was this connection with this person, whether this was just working to support this person, whatever it was, whatever you worked on very, very hard here, I feel like and it had to do with the manifestation of this, so the work put into it, right? Ultimately, it led you astray. So it's like, it's this, again, this is probably where the blockages came from, right? The trickery within this connection, the deceit within the connection. So ultimately, it leads you questioning your thought process, questioning, yourself. And so now you're questioning, man, the things that I manifest, they fall through. What's going on? And so this is again where you end up going within to try to find the answers, because I feel like you've communicated with people and I feel like you never got the answers you wanted to hear. I feel like if anything, you got not a turnaround, but you got like confusion. You got more difficulty within how you think, because again, you just had more outside chatter. And so I feel like eventually what happens, Virgo, is something happens, and this is past tense, or this could be current energy or possible future energy. This is why I say energy is very fluid, and I don't give time in my video, because it's pointless here. Okay, I'm not here to predict your future. I'm here to try to help you with the situation. So ultimately, this energy, whatever this is that has you thinking like this, having you battling your thoughts, whether this is a person, which clearly it is, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, this has you go within, because you're tired of hearing the chit chat, right? You're tired of hearing the chatter on the outside, and it's like, you know what? I feel like a part of you just like, it's not that you, and maybe some of you guys did go home and cry. Maybe you guys cried in the shower. Maybe you didn't cry. Maybe you punched a wall. Maybe you yelled into your pillow. We all have different ways of expressing ourselves. Some of us choose to drink. Some of us choose to smoke. Ultimately here, though, I feel like you did something, okay, for the first time, and I feel like you started a routine with it too. Like, I feel like for the first time you said, you know what, screw what everybody else is saying. Let me listen to myself. Sorry, I don't think my kids shut the door right. But ultimately, I feel like, again, at some point, you were tired of the chatter on the outside, so you went within. You started trying to figure out within you what it was that you wanted long term, what it was that you wanted out of this connection that you didn't get, or, just ultimately just questioning a lot of things in your own head. Let's find out what's going on here with the Three of Inspiration, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, so I still do feel like this has a lot to do with not only the manifestation of this connection, but finances too. Maybe a part of you depended on this person, because I hate to say it, but right now in this time of living, it's so hard to get by. It's so hard to live. And it's almost like you have to have two people in a family situation to be able to survive. Unless you don't have kids and you're completely single, then it's going to be a little bit different for you. But if you have kids, it's ultimately just so hard to survive. So I do feel like, honestly, and of course with the pandemic and everything that has happened here in America and all over the world, ultimately it's led to a lot of financial problems. So I do feel like a lot of this weighs on your mind too, on top of the lack of this connection or the failure of this connection. So I feel like that's where the domino effect happened. Remember I was telling you I felt that domino effect? I feel like, honestly, maybe, and we do have the Eight of Emotions, Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So maybe this person walks away. And when this person walks away, the next thing you know, now your finances are struggling. You can't pay things as easy as you did before. Or maybe it's not even money, okay? Because remember, pentacles and coins does not necessarily mean money. It can mean a home that you shared. It can mean just things that you shared, okay? Even time, all right? So ultimately, I feel like there's just things didn't work out, right? Whether this was the home life, cars, money, all of it, right? Even the relationship itself, okay? We also got the Ten of Wands coming through, verifying the Three of Wands. Wow, Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, Virgo. So I do feel like, honestly, this person ended it with you with the Ten of Wands energy, okay? I feel like, because we started the reading off with the Ten of Wands in the upright, verified with, again, all the battles, all the issues, all the burdens ending and changing you, Virgo, because of the tricks, because of the deceit. But now we're clarifying the Three of Wands. Again, it's not a tower moment. It's, again, a domino effect, right? And again, the Three of Wands can even mean a new passionate beginning, but ultimately, same thing. I feel like you wanted that new passionate beginning with this person and it didn't happen. This person ended it, okay? This is what probably created a lot of issues within the wealth, again, and oppression within your mind, okay? Because pain can lead to bad thoughts. We also have the Seven of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of challenges within this connection, okay? I feel like you're really passionate about this person, Virgo. But I feel like it's like you try to communicate with this person and this person won't communicate with you. You try to work with them and they won't work with you. You know, ultimately, I feel like it's a lot of trying with this person and this person doesn't reciprocate back, okay? We also have the blasted tower in reverse. So I do feel like this person made the choice to walk away, okay? I feel like this person chose to not start a new passionate beginning with you. So ultimately, this leads, again, to the tower moment that already happened, okay? So this person left you. All right, let's see what's going on. And then again, the bottom of the deck. So this is a soulmate connection, right? We know that you were made to meet this person for a reason, okay? Again, soulmate connection, you have multiple soulmates within your life, okay? So just because it's a soulmate connection doesn't mean it has to be long-term. Soulmate connections, again, come and go. They're made to teach you something. And clearly that's what shadow work is, right? It's dabbing into the areas of our life that we need work on. So again, yeah, I just really feel like this has something to do with a learning lesson, right? Ultimately. But what's important to understand too is soulmate connections, learning lessons, is it's not just for you, Virgo, it's for the person you are dealing with too. So even though you may be saddened by the loss of this person, ultimately, you know, it feels better when you know that you changed something within that person's future. Even if you're not with them, that's pretty damn powerful, you know, to know that there was something that they learned from you that maybe they didn't realize when they were with you, but ultimately when they walk away, at some point from that point on, they're going to learn something from you, okay? And that's the beauty in the learning lessons and in the soulmate connections, okay? So let's go ahead and find out what's going on with this Eight of Voice energy. Again, the Eight of Voice energy in reverse, you guys. This is you holding yourself back. This is you putting yourself in cuffs, okay? This is you cuffing yourself, all right? And I'm not talking about marrying yourself here in a positive way. I'm talking about this is you slapping handcuffs on yourself and putting yourself in the back of a cop car. Like this is you, again, restraining yourself, okay? And I do feel like, honestly, you're stuck in those thoughts, Virgo. And this is what's actually stopping you from fully walking on to a new phase in your life. But again, with the eights, the nines, and the tens, you're still at the ending of a cycle, okay? So regardless, this ending will happen whether you choose to face it or not. It's just that you want to try to learn what it is that you were supposed to learn before the cycle ends. Because just like this person walking away from you, I think it should teach you that regardless, doesn't matter what you want, ultimately things are going to end with or without you catching up to it or not, okay? Does that make sense? Again, you guys, my chats are open if you guys have any questions pertaining to the read, okay? Let's go ahead and find out what's going on with this Eight of Voices energy spirit in the reverse. It's a lot of cards. Wow. Wow, but I'm taking them for sure. Yeah. So this does have to do with love, right? But that's not the only thing. Like I said, I was picking up on money, not necessarily money issues, but home life, right? I need to shut this window. It's getting like super bright. It's like, sorry. The Eight of Cups in reverse came out again as well. So yeah, bottom of the deck, the Fool. I feel like, honestly, when it came to this person, Virgo, you would and you are willing to take a leap of faith, okay? And I also feel like, honestly, that energy is what's making it hard for you to give up on this energy, okay? Because you're still willing to go all in with this person. Again, the Eight of Cups is coming out again in the reverse, okay? So ultimately, it's this energy of you focused on them walking away, okay? And I feel like when you think about them walking away, you look at it like, well, you walked away from this to go to that. Like, it's like they walked away and what they walked away to was not better, okay? Because the Eight of Cups in the upright is walking away to something better. But in the reverse, this is walking into a shittier situation than what you were in, okay? So again, whether this is towards you, Virgo, or towards your person, it's the same scenario, right? They may feel like they walked away from you to a shittier situation, or you feel that way. Also, we have the Lovers in reverse. Again, clarifying that you guys are in disunion here, okay? The Lovers, again, is a soulmate connection, okay? I like to look at the Two of Cups as like a twin flame connection, but ultimately with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, this is strong significance that you definitely are supposed to learn something here. It can be a possible twin flame connection, But ultimately, what's important to understand that is regardless if it's a twin flame or a soulmate connection, there's still something for you to learn. And there's still cycles that have to be ended, because even twin flames can take multiple lives before they even come into union, because it all depends on you learning what it is that you were supposed to learn and your person learning what it is that they were supposed to learn before you guys can come into union. So again, we'll tap into not possible outcome, but possible energy, not even possible energy, overall energy, and see if we can't clarify for sure if it's a twin flame or not. But like I said, it's kind of like this concept of just trying to push this person aside for a minute and focus on you, right? So that you can learn what it is that you're supposed to learn, so that you can grow and transcend into the highest divine, most purest divine form of yourself that you can, so that no matter what, you can protect you. Again, remember, we had Horus energy coming through, okay, Virgo? Very important to remember, Horus energy is protection. It is trusting. It is understanding, even with or without, you know what I'm saying, your person, okay? We also have the Knight of Wands in reverse, okay? So this is telling me there was some immaturity on your person's part. Again, they may have cheated, they may have just left or had many options, but ultimately there was a little bit too much fun and a little too much adventure with your person, okay? And again, this is clarifying the Eight of Voices. So these are the things that have you held back. These are the restraints and the handcuffs you have on yourself. So again, even with the 10 of Cups, your wish fulfillment, right? Everything that you want in this connection. So ultimately, the things holding you back in life from having the things you want is the thing that you want. I know, it's fucking crazy, right? You holding on to not having your 10 of Cups, or you even having your 10 of Cups, regardless, your emphasis and your focus on this abundance with love, okay, on this perfect relationship, by the way, doesn't really exist, okay? It's always a battle and it's always work. It doesn't matter who it's with, okay? And the hardest battle is after the first 2 years, okay? Let's be honest. After the first 2 years, that's when shit gets harder and harder, okay? So ultimately, you have to work really hard. Connections don't just happen like this fairy tale bullshit you're hearing all the time, okay? So again, when it comes to what's restraining you, what's holding you back, it's this belief of what your 10 of Cups is. I'm not saying that you don't deserve that 10 of Cups, okay? And I'm not saying that that 10 of Cups can't push you to become a better person, but ultimately, there's something within how you're seeing it that is holding you back, okay? Maybe your expectations of what that 10 of Cups is. Maybe there's not a whole lot of not that there's not reality to it, but there has to be some give and take, a little bit of balance within that 10 of Cups, okay? And same thing with even this disunion, again, with the Lovers in reverse. This person, or you thinking about the connection of you two, is holding you back from moving forward. And also, too, with the Eight of Cups, focusing on this person walking away to even something worse than you is holding you back, okay? We also have the Four of Pentacles. Again, strong emphasis on you holding on to this person. It's not that you're controlling them, and it's not that you are a controlling individual, but you are holding on to the thought of them because you don't have them. You're holding on to them because you don't want to let go. Ultimately, you're creating your own handcuffs. And last but least, we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse on the table, okay? This is the fourth eight, the third eight as of right now, okay? The third eight, strong emphasis, all in reverse. Strong emphasis on you stopping your progression, you procrastinating your progression. Look, from the eights, you go to the nines to the tens, okay? The nines and the tens are both completion. 9 is the completion, the wrapping up of things, and 10 is the actual completion. So basically the start over, because 1 and 0 is 1, right? Starting over. You are literally, if I could say that 8 was the last step before completion, you're in the 8s, okay? But you are stagnant in the 8s. You are holding on to this connection so tightly that you're not allowing yourself to end this cycle. And like I say with all of my readings that touch like this, like when you're holding on to somebody from, you know, the past, or someone who has recently broken up with you, ultimately it's the hardest thing to do, but you do have to close that door. You do have to end that cycle, because if you don't, you're only allowing that same cycle to stay open, even if other cycles come around. Because again, remember, spirit will still make things happen, but you can still be stuck in that first cycle, just reliving that cycle over and over again because you never learned from that first cycle what it was that you were supposed to do. So ultimately, I feel like you are procrastinating when it comes to, again, because you're holding on to this energy here, you're not able to close the door and actually move forward to a more positive energy for yourself and for your person ultimately, if you guys are to come back into union. Do you get what I'm saying? Because by holding on to this energy, you're only allowing this energy to come back. So if this energy comes back, it's going to come back and it's going to do the same thing again, okay? Because you're allowing this energy to come back, which is, again, you not learning what you were supposed to learn, okay? But again, this is because I feel like also too with the foolish man here on the bottom of the deck, right? I feel like this is because you took a leap of faith, okay? And sometimes taking a leap of faith can be a naive decision. Sometimes taking a leap of faith can totally create great opportunity, and sometimes taking a leap of faith can lead you to fall flat on your face. Ultimately, neither decision is wrong. But ultimately, one's going to really teach you something and the other one's going to be like a gift. So it's important to understand that even failures are not really mistakes or bad things because there's opportunity, okay? There's possibility within those things. There's teaching, there's value there, okay? And then again, the positive things are going to be your reward. So it's important to understand you're going to have both in your life. So I do feel like, honestly, this is because you took a leap of faith. And I'm not saying at this point that Spirit's telling you not to take a leap of faith again, but I feel like there was something within the way you were thinking when you took that leap of faith that led you astray, okay? So again, we're going to tap in because we still have a few more cards here. And of course, we're going to get not possible outcome, but we're just going to kind of look at overall energy. And then again, we'll get advice, from Spirit, right? So like I said, your restraints, you know what your restraints are now, okay? You know that this person, you holding on to this person, you thinking about how worse their person is that they're with or how you were the better choice, okay? You thinking about the separation of you two. Also, too, I forgot to show you the moon, okay? The moon card did come out in the reverse, too. I didn't mention this. The moon card in reverse is you acknowledging the illusions for what they are. And I feel like that's that trickster. That's what originally changed you to go within and find the answers and not listen to that outer chat. Does that make sense? Yeah, most definitely. I feel like something that was a lie, something that was deceitful, I feel like it was exposed. And again, this is what actually created your awakening, Virgo. All right. So let's find out what's going on with this lack of communication when it comes to manifestation of things. Again, whether it's the manifestation of this connection, the manifestation of you ending this cycle, and the manifestation of a new cycle, or if it's just, again, you not having the communication with this person that you want. We have the universe in reverse, the Princess of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so I feel like, honestly, it's like you know that this connection was a failure. You know it failed. Okay, you know it's ended. But ultimately, it's like you just keep holding on to the failures. And I feel like this is what's happening within your thoughts too, Virgo. Like you're really beating yourself up, right? Like feeling like a failure, feeling like the connection was a failure, feeling like it was a waste of your time. And so I do feel like, honestly, because of that, that's what's creating a lot of blockages within your own head. You know what I'm saying? Remember when I was telling you have two blockages, like you have two opposing forces within you, right? Like it's like, bipolar you in your head, right? One of you saying don't do it and the other one saying do it. I feel like those two voices in your head is because of all of this, right? It's because, again, you went through all this. But I feel like the blockage is you focusing on all that, right? Instead of acknowledging the failures as an accomplishment. I feel like instead of looking at this relationship, Virgo, like a loss, you should look at it as a win. You have to change your way of thinking. It's one of the hardest things to do, but ultimately to heal, it's what you have to do. And sometimes it may take you longer than it takes other people. This, is why you are in the eights in reverse, right? This is why you are stagnant and afraid to take the last step, because once you close the door here, that this is over. But you should take pride in that, because you don't want a connection like this again. You deserve more than that, right? So ultimately, you have to look at this loss as an accomplishment. You have to see the value and the lesson that was supposed to be learned so that you can close the door, okay? You can't close that door if you don't know that. You can't close the door if you don't see the accomplishments in it. If you're stuck on the failures, you're going to continue to fail. Also, too, with the Eight of Swords, I do feel like, honestly, though, I feel like this turns around, okay? I don't know if it's this reading that does it for you. I don't know if it's something else that happens that does it for you. But now the Eight of Swords is the fourth eight on the table, okay? This is the first 8 in the upright. So now this is a fast action. This is a swift action. This is quick ending out, okay? This is short force. We also have the Princess of Cups, right? This has to do with love. It has to do with passion. But I also feel like, honestly, it's this passion, Virgo, that you fought through this. That's the accomplishment in this, is that even though this failed, you fought the whole way through. You didn't give up on it. Yes, it failed you, but again, you should see the accomplishment in you succeeding, right? Even though it failed, you still succeeded. You tried the entire time here. And I feel it. I feel it very strongly. But remember, again, this is the Page of Pentacles in reverse, right? What is it that you are not communicating, right? So I feel like, honestly, you don't know this. I feel like this is something that it's either you're not hearing this from this person, or you're just not hearing this yourself. Does that make sense? Again, see the accomplishments within the failure, right? Next up, we have the Two of Voices in reverse, okay? So we do know that with the Two of Swords here, and now the Two of Swords here, I do feel like, honestly, before this connection, that wasn't the situation. Before this connection, I feel like it was easier for you to make a decision, and I feel like that's why you took the leap of faith. I feel like, honestly, you didn't have any blockages before, okay? So that could be why maybe this connection failed so quickly. I feel like you took a leap of faith when it came to this connection. You didn't think things through clearly and properly and take the time that it needed. I feel like this relationship was rushed into. And now clarifying the Two of Voices, okay? So the Two of Voices in reverse is going to be, again, these blockages, okay? So I do feel like you go from before you meet this person to being able to actually, I feel like, honestly, there was more rest, there was more comfort, there was more trust before this connection. Does that make sense? I feel like before you were in the Two of Swords energy in the upright, right? You didn't have those blockages. But I feel like because of this connection created those blockages, okay? So strong emphasis on that so that you understand the difference before and after in the way you thought, okay? Why is the Two of Voices here in reverse, Spirit? Show me what I need to see, please. Why is the Two of Voices here? The Hermit, yeah. Isolation, the voice of light, right? I feel like, honestly, interesting enough, I feel like because of this connection, because the trickery, the deceit, the lies, the hurt, the pain, the walking away, I feel like, honestly, it has you go within. Remember when I told you it makes you go within to seek the answers because you were tired of hearing? It's like, again, I feel like you went out to get like information, like you talked with friends, you talked with family, and you never got the answers you wanted to hear, right? So I feel like, again, you may have gone home, cried in the shower. I don't know. Everybody has their own different coping mechanisms. You did what you had to do and you found the answers within. Or if you didn't even find the answers within, you went within. Like you tried to answer those questions for yourself. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Really is. That's what you need to do. Don't trust anybody else. I'm not even saying don't trust anybody else. I don't mean it like that. But trust yourself first. You are your only, not your only, but I think you get what I'm saying, okay? But anyways, so I feel like, honestly, these blockages have you now trusting yourself. I feel like maybe before you didn't realize it, but there was a lack of trust within your own capabilities. And I feel like it was like you kind of wore a mask, and that's why you took a leap of faith. I feel like maybe you didn't even know you had these issues before this person. And I feel like this person comes into your life and makes you realize that you have issues within you that need to be addressed. And you realize that real quick when this relationship ended, okay? So again, I do feel like, honestly, this connection, these blockages that were created because of this connection ends up ultimately leading you to the light. It ultimately leads you to spirituality, tarot, finding answers, and using the powers that you have that were gifted by God, right? You understand now that the answers you need, the answers you seek are on the inside, not the outside. So I feel like you have a lot more comfort of going within than asking others. Does that make sense? And that's why this connection was supposed to happen. And of course, we're going to ask a few questions that are really important too. We're going to ask, like, why did you meet this person? What is it that you're supposed to learn from this person in case this isn't enough information, right? And also too, we're going to look at why you met this person, what you're supposed to learn from them, and there was something else too. My makeup. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. Let me see here. Hold on. There was 3 questions that I had written down, you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't do this yesterday. I didn't do any readings yesterday, so ultimately, yeah. But we're going to also look at, nope, that's not it either. Okay, maybe I don't have it here. I don't have it. Either way, we're going to look at why you met this person, what it is that you're supposed to learn from them, all right? Act like that didn't happen, okay? But yeah, so again, you guys, I just feel like, yeah, and the 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, interesting. So I do feel that because, interesting, Spirit's telling me that because you went within and seek the answers, that's why a new beginning didn't happen, because Divine didn't want it to happen. I feel like, honestly, you wouldn't have learned your lessons and you wouldn't have understood what to learn if this didn't break away, if this didn't break apart, okay? Let's find out what's going on with this 9 of Voices, Spirit, in reverse. Why is the 9 of Voices here? Again, this is another card in reversal. This is like you afraid to end out that cycle. You know what I'm saying? 9 of Voices in reverse, Spirit. Show me what I need to see, please. Yeah. Look, I feel like, honestly, when this person walked away, again, remember I told you domino effect? Same thing. I feel like, again, it created a lot of problems. But now I feel like, honestly, it's like what you don't, it's like what you afraid, it's like what you fear to acknowledge. Okay, what you're afraid to acknowledge is that this ending actually creates, yes, not a new passionate beginning with this person, but ultimately this lack of a new passionate beginning with this person and this lack of material success with this person, right? So the lack of manifesting this relationship, the lack of manifesting long term, it ultimately has you in stagnation. It has you, again, afraid to complete that cycle, but it's still a 9. Spirit's still completing it, right? Spirit's still going to shut that door. So whether this is, I mean, who knows how that's going to happen, right? You could meet someone new. I mean, there's so many different possibilities here. We'll see if we can clarify. Who is that? Okay. Sorry, my kids are in and out, you guys. Sorry. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, also too, it's the Queen of Cups. Okay. So this is pertaining to love here. Okay. Again, this connection, strong emphasis on love, on emotions. So I feel like, again, you're not able to end this cycle because you're so caught up on this person. This is like double clarifying that, okay? This person is the reason you're not progressing in life. This person holding on to, again, these things with this person. Yeah. 9 of Pentacles, right? Look, the King of Inspiration is still here, Virgo, okay? The 9 of Pentacles is still coming through without this person. The 10 of Swords is still coming through without this person in your life. So ultimately, what this is telling me is that you are in the action, taking action when it comes to the things that you are passionate about, the things that you want, the things that you need, and the things that you desire. The 10 of Swords, right? This is you putting an end to the way you're thinking. Beautiful, 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 beautiful card, okay? So even within these shadows, you're looking at the shadows, and I feel like you've done your shadow work on your own without even realizing you've done it here. Again, 10 of Swords, you're ending this thought process, right? This thought process of ruining your self-ego, ruining the way you think, ruining your possibilities, ruining everything. You're ending this. You're cutting this shit out, right? You've got the Nine of Pentacles. You're manifesting and you're completing this, right? This isn't just you saying, oh no, I'm going to manifest things. No, this is you manifesting it. This is you putting an ending. You went from Spirit ending it for you because Spirit was like, if she doesn't do it or he doesn't do it, I'm going to do it for him. And then Spirit comes in and is like, oh, well, look, they're ending it. Okay. All right. I see you, right? This is that king of inspiration, right? This is that, and it can be queen. Like, you don't have to be a king or vice versa, right? It's just energy, okay? But ultimately, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at. You have this creativity and this spark of passion, right? And Spirit's very proud of it. What's the Knight of Voices here? I'm pretty sure you take action, right? Of course, right? So let's see what's going on. Why is the Knight of Voices here, Spirit? Show me why the Knight of Voices is here. Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like honestly, you take action with this separation. I feel like you get your power back here. Yeah, you take action to the things that are unbalanced. It's beautiful. You take action. All right, we'll find out how, and ultimately, overall advice from Spirit. Spirit, anything else when it comes to the Knight of Voices? Girls, can you walk Harley for me? My cat's opening the cabinets right now. Lucky, no. Stop it. He's so bad. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you're clear now, right? You know how to get justice. And how to get justice, yes, it involves this person, but you don't need this person to get justice. Justice is fixing and taking action towards this unbalancing, taking action towards this separation, meaning finding love within yourself, right? Ending out this cycle, closing the door with this person, right? Closing this energy out. The Emperor in reverse. Creating the separation within yourself with the masculine, with the Emperor, right? With the King of Kings, right? This person who walked away from you. Creating the separation, right? Creating the divide. Finally closing the door and getting this energy out of your life. You have to separate yourself from this Emperor right now. We also have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yep, most definitely. This person did not take action with you, and you know this. This person did not love you the way that you deserve, and you know this. You know this. And so ultimately, you know that the way to serve justice with this situation is to cut this off, right? To stop this energy from allowing this energy to stop you from going on to a new cycle, all right? So let's go ahead and find out exactly maybe any answers to any questions you might have that I didn't answer here. Spirit, clarify, please, this energy. Clarifying this energy, please. Show my Virgos what they need to see, please, when it comes to this energy. Clarifying the energy, Spirit. Show me what I need to see. Guardian angels, ancestors among me, Spirit side. Spirit, show me what I need to see, please. Show my Virgos what they need to see when it comes to this energy, please. Spirit, anything to say? Hesitation, lots of hesitation. I still feel like a part of you guys are just not fully embracing it and accepting it. I feel like it's like we have the palm tree, the hand of cards, abundance. I don't know. I just feel hesitation within your own energy, Wow, way too many cards. We got the golden mirror, and we have passion. What did I tell you? There was lots of passion in this connection. Let's get a few more cards, Spirit. Thank you. Cassette and ascending, yeah. So like I told you, I mean, this cycle is going to end whether you want it to not, right? This door is going to end up closing whether you want it to or not, Virgo. But ultimately, you have to make the decision to close the door yourself instead of allowing spirit and the universe to do it for you. Because if that door shuts and it wasn't what you were supposed to gain from it, if it wasn't what you were, if it closes before you can gain, if it closes before you can realize that there was accomplishments within this failure, again, you're just going to stay in that same energy even in the next cycle because you haven't fully understood what it was you were supposed to complete, right? This is why it's important to clean out our cycles and end out our cycles in the right way. Today is a retrograde too on top of it. So look, now is the best time to set intentions with changing the way you think when it comes to this person. You know, changing, you know, the way things have been in your thought process. We also have the cassette coming through, okay? So the cassette's coming through, right? Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over in your head. Again, you're your own worst enemy here, Virgo. Thinking about this person walking away, thinking about how this person treated you wrong, thinking about the separation. Again, thinking about the person that they walked away to, right? Thinking about that third party, knowing that you're better than them. You know what I'm saying? Like they walked away to something worse. Like ultimately, reliving this over and over in your head is just creating stagnation. It's stopping you from going into the new phase, right? Again, ascension. This outdated thinking is stopping you from ascending. It's stopping you from transforming, right? Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to let this old energy go, Virgo. Let it go. Close the door. You don't want this energy again. If you're a twin flame, you're a twin flame. This person's going to come back. But you closing the door with this energy will not allow this energy to come back, right? Hand of cards. Take a chance. Take a risk, right? It's okay to still be naive. Remember, I told you, even though the Fool card came out and you took a leap of faith with this connection that failed you, doesn't mean that you can't take a leap of faith again. You just have to think things through so that before you are taking a leap of faith, you make sure that you're not being naive. Again, take a chance, take a risk, being strategic. What did I say? Options, not showing your hand. Gambling, right? I've said it in all my videos. The best song, well, not the best song, but Tyga Love Game. It's in my playlist, the playlist that's titled The Shit I Listen to. There's a lot of rap in there, but if you scroll down to Tyga Love Game, it kind of explains what I'm talking about. Like, you know, yes, it's hard to let the person go, right? Because they're no longer there. It's like somebody's died, right? It's like grief, losing them. But ultimately, you have to let them go, right? It's that game. It's, yes, you take a risk, okay? If you lose, you lose. Yes, you might not want to lose, but ultimately, that's the risk you take when you step into love. Love is a game. So if you don't want to get hurt, if you don't want to go through difficulties, sadness, grief, challenges, then love's not for you. Love is a game, okay? We also have the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. I do feel like, honestly, you know, your person did do some shitty, shady shit to you, okay? Ultimately, this is a narcissist relationship because, again, it's making you codependent on this person. Everything was about this person. From your energy to their energy, it was all about them, right? You gave all of yourself to this person. You did whatever you could. That's a one-sided relationship. When you give to someone and they don't give back, when you give all you can, when you work hard and you do the things that you can and the relationship still falls through, it's because it was a one-sided relationship, right? It's validation. Again, I told you there was a lot of passion in this connection, okay? But even more importantly, the passion within you, the king of muse, right? I'm sorry, the muse of inspiration, right? That power that you have. The power to take action, the power to manifest and end out this cycle. Virgo, you can do it. You're already doing it. I feel it with your energy. We also have abundance, okay? It says keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Be thankful, gratitude, and bliss. Again, find the accomplishment, right? Look at this as not a failure. Don't look at this as a failure. Look at it as accomplishment. Again, you fought really hard for this connection, and yes, it failed, but it had nothing to do with you, Virgo, okay? It had to do with your person. So again, you did nothing wrong. And maybe you did do things wrong in the relationship, but what I'm saying is that you did nothing wrong. Everything was supposed to happen the way it happened so that you could understand, what it is to be hurt, so that it could wake you up to find the answers within. Does that make sense? We also have the palm tree, okay? This is stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. Again, significance, lots of significance. The death card, the palm tree, change, transcending, ascending, transcension. Again, this is about you losing this person so that you could understand the value of stability, so that you could understand the value of consistency, so you could understand what commitment actually meant by losing it, right? Not because of your choice, right? Not because of your doing, but because of the learning lesson in it, right? Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the kisses, okay? This is unconditional loving, giving and receiving, affection, falling in love. This isn't about your person. This is about you, right? This is about you understanding that, yes, even understanding what happened bads in this connection, understanding that you gave all of you and this person took all of you and gave you nothing in return. Remember, 50-50. That's your own fault for giving them all of you. You're learning, okay? You're learning through the failure of this connection. You're learning what it is to give your all to someone and not give back. Now you're going to create boundaries. Best believe if this person comes back, if they come back with this energy, you're not going to allow it. You're going to be like, nah, last time I gave you all of me, you took it all. Yes, I want to be with you. Yes, I love you, but you took all of me. You went to someone else who is shittier than me. And now you want to come back? There's going to, again, this is why you have to close out this energy. You have to see the accomplishment within this connection, even within the failure of this connection. You have to see the accomplishment from it. You have to grow from it. You have to close the door. You have to end the cycle, because again, that new cycle is going to come, and hopefully you're not repeating the same cycle again, because then that's when you have to start looking at how many times have you wasted time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, everybody has different, growth process, but I'm just saying, you can make yourself repeat cycles over and over again because you failed to see things for what they are. All right. Spirit, overall advice for my Virgos, please. Overall advice for my Virgos. The answers you seek or the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Four more cards, Spirit, please. Overall advice for my Virgos, please. Overall advice for my Virgo, Spirit. Overall advice for my Virgos, please. Believe in the impossible, blue moon energy. So a little story behind blue moon. The blue moon is a real thing, right? It literally happens, I think, like once every, if I'm not mistaken, it's like once every 75 years or once every 60 years. I could be incorrect. I remember reading something on it, but literally the concept behind once in a blue moon is because a blue moon is so rare. But it's not so rare that you might not have a chance, right? There's still that one chance, So ultimately, that's the concept behind once in a blue moon. Like literally, every once in a while, things that you think can't happen can happen, okay? And although you may be lost and confused right now, I feel like, again, by seeking those answers within, you're going to find those answers you need. And this is why Spirit's telling you the answers you need are coming. Just keep digging down and going within, all right? Keep trusting in the process. Keep trusting in the failures, in the accomplishments. Trust in the learning lesson. I forgot to ask those two questions, so we will ask those two questions after I get overall advice for you, okay? Spirit, 3 more cards, please, when it comes to my Virgo's energy. What are we on time? 1:05? Yeah, we're good. Overall advice for my Virgos, please. Again, sorry about the connection, you guys. All my kids are on their computers and tablets. Spirit, overall advice for my Virgos. 3 more cards, please, Spirit. We have show the world the real the real you, your hard work is paying off, and emotions are running high. Yeah, the retrograde tonight. Yeah, look, the retrogrades have created even more things being exposed, illusions being exposed, emotions are going to be running high. So that's why it's kind of, again, because this is the perfect time to end out a cycle, okay? I feel like, honestly, you've been holding your own self back here, or this connection has been holding you back, Virgo. And I feel like there's something that you're really drawn to, okay? There's something that I feel like you have been hiding. There's something that you have been keeping secluded. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like there's something that is within you that the world's supposed to see, okay? I feel like I feel like, honestly, there's a part of you that walks around with your head down, Virgo, and I feel like there's something also inside of you that you should not be walking around with your head down. I feel like, again, there's this energy of you not understanding that you are more powerful and you are more valued than you think. Again, I know you've been working really hard. I feel the energy of the hard work. Even with clarification here, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Spirit's telling you, look, you may not see that because of this failure, you may not think that right now that, you have, any type of rewards in your life, or you feel like, right now it's like you can only acknowledge the failures. It's like Spirit's trying to tell you, look, have faith. You may not see what I see in the next 5 years, because you have to remember, Divine's above you looking down on you, right? Divine knows what's going to happen in 5 years. Divine knows what's going to happen in 15 years, 50 years, however many lives, years of life you have left over. Ultimately, you can only see what's happening here in the 3D, right? The things that you can physically see in front of you. This is why it's important that you trust those answers within and not in the 3D. This is why they say, materialistic things, the tangible things. Yes, they're important to teach us in our paths here, but our paths are not ours, right? So ultimately, I feel like with this energy, it's like you're holding on to this person. It's this outdated way of thinking, because Spirit wants you to go within. Spirit wants you to open up your mind and allow, again, divinity to come within you, so that you can be a divine being yourself, and so that you can understand and acknowledge, again, the failures as accomplishments. So really quickly, we'll just ask those 2 questions. It'll take me about 5 minutes, not even that long, you guys. We're just going to ask why it is that you met this person, which I feel obviously very strongly why you were to meet this person. And we'll also ask what it is that you're supposed to learn, just to get overall clarification. Okay, Spirit, what is it that my Virgos, why is it that they met this person? Show me what I need to see, please, Spirit. Why did they meet this person? Spirit, why do my Virgos meet this person? Show me what I need to see, please. But remember, the Knight of Cups is here. There's a lot of love here. The 10 of Cups. And I feel like, honestly, that's what Spirit wants you to know, is that it's like you're supposed to learn the value of love within yourself, right? It's like giving yourself the love that people aren't giving you, because ultimately that love is what's going to create the positive energy you need. It's like finding the courage and the strength to find love within you, Virgo. And a lot of people just like kind of, chalk it up to be nothing and like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, okay, I do love myself, but ultimately it's like no effort's ever put into it. And it takes a lot of work to fully, truly love yourself. A lot of people think they love themselves and they don't. They're just egotistical and they're caught up in the beauty of things, like the way they look in the mirror. But a lot of people, it's like they are afraid to face who they are on the inside, because a lot of people don't face the shadows. A lot of people walk around, again, keeping those shadows in the shadows, not acknowledging their problems and their issues. And again, they're just walking around living the same cycle over and over again in this tangible 3D concept of, you know what I'm saying? Not opening their mind, not being open-minded, not understanding there are things that are more powerful than just, how you look at yourself in the mirror. So we did have the Queen of Emotions come out in reverse, as well as the Nine of Inspiration, okay? Nine of Inspiration came out for what is it that you're supposed to learn from this person? And the Queen of Emotions in reverse, okay? I feel like, honestly, you were made, this connection was made so that you could learn how to end out things that were hard, to how to be victorious, how to go through struggles, go through problems, go through difficulties, and still win, still be victorious. And even though some of the battles you may have lost, maybe you feel like you won some of the battles, but ultimately it's releasing burdens, things that no longer serve you, and being victorious and ending out things that even though you may love them and not want to let go of them, even ending out things that have hurt you really bad, and because of those emotions it's hard for you to let go. Ultimately, this is what Spirit wanted you to learn, so this is why you met them. Okay. Also too, with the Queen of Emotions, I feel like Spirit wanted you to understand, and you were supposed to meet this person so that you could teach them love. Okay. I feel like this person didn't fully know what love was. I feel like, yes, they're in their own bullshit right now. All right. They're dealing with their own karma here with the wheel in reverse. But I feel like you were supposed to teach them what love was. I feel like they had maybe when they met you, they were dealing with their own bad karma. Okay. Meaning maybe because of something they had done in their past, they made it kind of impossible to love themselves. Therefore, they were kind of taking advantage of people because they had no self-love. Therefore, they weren't loving others. You know, if you can't love yourself, you can't love someone else. That's straight up. And a lot of people don't even acknowledge that shit, myself included. For the longest time, I didn't know that. I was thinking that I was loving people, but ultimately I didn't have enough love for myself. So again, I wasn't really loving people. I was obsessing. I was being codependent on people because I was trying to have somebody fill a void that I had within. It's the hardest thing to acknowledge when it's something that you're dealing with, because you don't see that. All you can see is, but I love this person so much, I was willing to do anything for them. Yeah, but you have to be willing to do anything for yourself. You have to be willing to love yourself, because if not, you see how things work. So I do feel like, honestly, I feel like too, yeah, the world, again, the universe. I do feel like ultimately you had to go through this connection so that you could understand that there were things of value to learn and to have be rewarded to you by divine, by the separation, by the failure of this connection. I do feel like, honestly, just kind of like what I was saying in reference to myself, I feel like a lot of you Virgos, when it comes to this situation, I feel like, again, you did give yourself away. You gave all of yourself away. And I feel like there was an immature, and I don't mean immature as far as character, there was an immature way of thinking, because you have to go through things, right? This is why they call it established strength, right? You had to go through things and establish through trial and error so that you could fully understand it. I do feel like, honestly, because there was a lack of love for yourself, Virgo, in maybe the beginning of this connection that you didn't realize, this connection brought that out, because, again, the codependency of what this person's doing, where they're at, are they coming back to you, you know, that kind of idea, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, this is where that codependency is. This is where that addiction's at, right? The way you're thinking about this person is stopping you from moving forward in life, right? Again, I feel like this was supposed to really teach you the difference between love, emotions, and passion. I feel like, again, because you had a lack of love for yourself, therefore you gave all this person, right? You loved all of them, but all that person got was ego and them loving themselves and you loving them. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I have for you guys. I hope that made sense. All right. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Materials again, the Nine of Pentacles. So even though these areas were a little bit, you know, shadow and negative, right? Remember, it's duality. We have negative within us just as we do positive. I do feel like, honestly, no matter what, though, with the Nine of Pentacles coming out twice for you in this reading in the upright, you will be able to manifest the things you want, right? Spirit even came through and said, again, once in a blue moon, remember it. It's going to happen for you, right? The answers you need are coming. Show the world the real you. Your hard work is paying off. Emotions are running high. This is why I said I knew there was this energy of feeling the worst, hitting rock bottom, but then still holding on to love. knowing that you deserve more, you deserve better. And that's beautiful. That's the awakening. That's when it starts. All right. So with that being said, Virgo, that's all I have for you guys in this reading. I will see you guys in about 4 or 5 days. We'll be tapping into your love life. All right. We'll see if there's any new love coming in. We'll see if this new love coming in is the love that you have for yourself, if it's a new person, or if it's the same lingering energy. Okay. Remember, if you want even this person to look at you in a different way, you have to change the energy. Okay. You have to end this cycle and change the energy, start a new cycle. All right. So that being said, Virgo, I'll see you guys later. I love you. Stay blessed, blessed be, and I'll see you next week.